Hi Tequila Tribe! We're here at Paseá Hotel in Huntington Beach, up at one of my favorite spots to hang out, the tree house. And I'm super excited because I'm with Tresagaves CEO Barry Augus and the master distiller Iliana Partida. So welcome you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm so excited to sit and try some of your expressions.
Awesome, we're excited to be here also.
Well, what do you think? Should we start with Blanco? Is that the usual?
Absolutely, I think it's always good to start with a Blanco. It can really let you taste the underlying terroir of the tequila and whether it's a particular tequila that appeals to you.
I love it. Blanco's one of my favorites as well.
Awesome, awesome. Well, this is our Blanco, organic. We've always been organic in many ways in our brand with our line of mixer products, and we're really happy now to be also transitioning our tequilas to organic too.
Nice.
So nice to start off with the Blanco. As you know, no doubt, as you're the tequila girl, all tequila must come from only the denomination of origin regions in Mexico.
Right.
Our tequila is produced in the Tequila Valley.
Right.
In our Blanco, while you can age Blanco for up to 2 months by law, we don't like to age our Blanco. We really like to appreciate an underlying distillate and terroir of the tequila by the tequila not having touched wood. So our Blanco is unaged, and that way we haven't picked up any nuances from wood or predecessor spirits that you can find in barrels.
So it goes straight to the still.
It does,
Okay.
yeah. We'll let the maestro
Yes.
tequilera tell us how to
Please.
taste tequila.
Please, tell us how you like to try it.
How I like to try it? Well, of course we have to see first the body of the tequila.
Yes.
So we kind of move it over here in order to see if there's a crown well formed, if you can see the tears coming down, the
Yes.
slower they come down, the mature enough was the agave. So I think this has a great body, and the next thing we're going to do is smell it in order to see if the citric and the herbal notes from the agave fields was in there, was well done, and then we're catching up in here. And of course the latest part is to try it and to try to feel in your tongue whether it's sweet, salad, or citric. And if you feel the tequila all over the place,
Yes.
it means it's well balanced and complex enough, so it's a great tequila. Please enjoy.
Well, salute to that.
Salud.
Very nice. Very smooth.
And
So-
the agave note, you can feel
Yes,
it there.
the agave with a little citrus, right? A little citrus,
Right.
a little pepper.
Right. You can feel it all over the place.
I've always been partial to a tequila from the Tequila Valley. Just it suits my flavor profiles that I
Yes.
like, and so all of our agaves come from a single source. Organic agaves grown in the Tequila Valley, more specifically Amatitan,
Yes.
which is the true birthplace of tequila.
Right, right. Well, cheers to that. So a very authentic terroir, right?
Exactly.
So I'm excited to try now the Repo.
Awesome. When we talk about aged tequila, so first of all, we really embrace the flavor of agave. We try to keep as much robust agave flavor in our Blanco as possible, and hopefully you'll agree that you get nice, pleasant agave flavors, but also that it's smooth as it's going down the throat. And the smoothness really comes in distillation, is discarding as much of the heads and tails as we can, the bad alcohols,
Right.
Till we get to just the heart of the distillation. Now, when in aging tequila is really an art to me. Hopefully you'll agree that the agave comes through. We really love to age our tequilas in used Tennessee whiskey and Kentucky bourbon barrels.
Okay.
So while the law says that you can just age in oak or Encino oak and doesn't specify what uses might have gone before in your barrels, we really like the flavors coming out of the Tennessee whiskey and Kentucky bourbon barrels, as long as, again, they don't overwhelm the flavor of the agaves.
Right.
So our reposado, we actually blend tequilas aged in Jack Daniels and Four Roses bourbon barrels.
Ah, Jack Daniels. My dad was a Jack Daniels drinker.
On the reposado, we're having an average. As you may know, the reposado has to be at least 2 months.
Right.
But with Tresagaves, we have an average of 8 to 9 months in the
Nice.
barrel, so that it's going to give more body and more notes, like sweetness, like vanilla notes or almonds. So we're going to see the same process. To taste it, we're going to see the body, and we're going to smell it and try to detect now this sweetness from the barrel in it.
Okay. So a little more oakiness, right?
Yeah. And then once we try it, we're going to
Nice.
again try to fan.
Okay.
Salud.
Salute.
Salud.
I love the aroma for sure. Caramel, vanilla.
Exactly. Has that experience. expression all over your tongue, which means it's balanced enough. The citric now become a little bit more sweeter.
Yes.
So you have all over the place.
It's definitely more, you always think of Blanco being the sweetest, but I taste a little more sweet notes in this one.
Yeah.
Really nice. All right, the añejo.
So I'll let Iliana talk a little bit more about the law and our aging strategy. But our añejo, we aged exclusively in Four Roses bourbon barrels.
So I was going to point out, I would definitely sip this neat, the Blanco. I know a lot of people think they need to mix the Blanco because it's more agave forward. I would be happy to sip that.
I love that
Yes.
you say that. I really like all different expressions, and it really depends what you're eating, what cocktail you want, and we can talk about cocktails all day long.
Yes.
But lately I just find myself liking to sip Blanco. I keep it by me all through the meal, and
Yes.
before, during, and after. It's just a really nice flavor and digestivo.
Yes. So we're going to talk about that too, a little bit, the health benefits of tequila. But for now,
Salud
For
again.
now, let's keep on with the añejo. Can you feel like it's more strong now, the flavor of the sweetness?
oh, absolutely.
Every note you can find on the reposado is going to be strongest in this one. I think it's really interesting too that the Tresagaves is always have this strong note, even if you're having it on cocktails. It doesn't lose its flavor, so I think that's great for sipping and mixing it.
Right. Back in the day, everything was about wine tastings.
Yeah.
Now, it's all about tequila
And
tastings.
pairing.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Women having tequila tasting parties, how fun is that? And just spending some time, bonding over tequila. Spending the time also enjoying the flavor profile and how does it taste to you and what do you think about it and food pairing. So that's something that's really exciting on the forefront now, especially with the growing market of women, the huge market of tequila, and the two together just seem to be such a fun synergy.
Yeah. I think now that we're seeing more and more with restaurants and doing tequila dinners and pairings with different foods, it's really been fascinating to me as we've been so fortunate to have some great chefs who have done dinners with us, and just seeing how they take these different flavors of the different expressions and pair them with their food. It's just really wonderful to see tequila get to that point, level of sophistication.
Exactly, the word sophistication I love, because I know at one point it was the college party drink, right? But now it is a drink of, as you said, the word sophistication, because now the luxury hotels, the luxury restaurants all have premium, ultra premium tequilas, and it's something that sets them apart.
The other thing that's really beautiful about tequila too is you find people drinking it throughout the whole meal. Most cocktails, you'll have a cocktail, then maybe transition to wine. But if you notice people in Mexican restaurants, you're drinking your spirit, your tequila throughout the whole meal and even
Yes.
after the meal.
Yes.
So it's versatile in that way.
It's very versatile, and as you said, it's a digestive aid. I want to talk about we're going to go ahead and finish, but talk about with you, Iliana, what it means to be a tequila girl, a master distiller in Mexico, and I can't even wait to talk to you about this. So we are going to meet you over on the sofa and talk about tequila girl stuff, and I tell you guys, this is good. You should try it. And we're back with Iliana Partida. Cheers, my
Cheers.
friend. I have to tell you, this is my dream come true. I am sitting with another tequila girl who knows way more about tequila than I do. And we could sit here and nerd out on tequila for hours, but we're gonna just talk a little bit about, we need to sip first, right?
Yeah.
First. What is it like to be a tequila girl? What is it like to be a master distiller in a predominantly male industry? I mean, let's just call it out.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's the largest
We
growing
have to say.
market, right? Women, but
Right. Well, it's amazing, of course, because I have the chance to speak for all those women like my mother that didn't actually have a voice back then. So right now, I think these maybe no gender related jobs, but about the skills, it's a way much important way to see the things, because back then in Mexico it's kind of another culture.
yes.
So it wasn't that easy, and I noticed, but of course I'm not the only woman, but I'm really, really happy that finally you're getting to know someone not because of his gender but about their skills. So
Yes,
really
cheers.
amazing.
Cheers to that statement. So what would be your advice for any women, all women who are venturing out not only in their career but in their lives? What is your, like, do you have a nugget for us?
Yes,
Girl
of
power.
course. Girl power, that is exactly, because for example, I think someone just tell you what to do or what to be, you know, what to become after, what do you have to study, what are you alike to. So I'm really happy to tell all these little girls maybe, and to encourage them to be whatever they want, you know. I mean, they can be scientists, they can be engineers, they can be whatever, not just like the sales lady. I mean, you can be whatever you want.
Right.
So I think it's going to be really important for the new generation to encourage all of these little girls to be whatever and just be happy with whatever role they have.
I love that. I brought you a little gift
Oh,
because I feel like you need to have this.
thank you so much, Tequila Girl.
Let's see what you got.
Thank you.
You have to put it.
I am a Tequila
Yes,
Girl now.
you are a Tequila Girl.
Thank you so
You're
much.
so welcome. You're so welcome. Cheers,
Gracias.
Tequila Tribe. Cheers. So who doesn't enjoy a healthy tequila mix? We are trying the Tresagaves. Let me show you. Organic margarita mix. And I love when I can drink tequila and be healthy too. So cheers to health, wellness, and tequila.
Exactly, they go together.
They do go together. Let me try. Oh, so refreshing. Not too sweet. Perfect lime amount. Oh, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, we're so proud of our margarita mix, actually. We're very purists, about our tequila. And also, margarita is the #1 cocktail on menus in the United States. And I find so much that people are adding unnecessary sugars and calories. And why do that? You're, #1, you're filling your body with unhealthy stuff. And #2, you're overwhelming and masking the flavor of these beautiful tequilas. So we designed our margarita mix to be as simple as possible. Mere 4 ingredients. Organic
Four
agave.
ingredients.
4 ingredients, that's it. Organic agave, organic lime, filtered water, and vitamin C. We want you to be healthy with the vitamin C.
Yep.
And yeah, so we really want our margaritas to allow the flavors of these wonderful distilled spirits, these wonderful tequilas to shine through. In my mind, you should be able to taste the difference if you make a margarita with 2 different tequilas. So we try to keep our mix light, fresh, it's low calorie, and we're really proud that our margarita mix now has become the #2 best-selling margarita mix in the
#2?
country. Yeah.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
In the United States.
In the
Wow.
United States, yeah. So people have really just embraced our mix and just love the low calorie and the flavor, that we keep it really simple.
The Tequila Diet, the book that I'm writing, is all about improving your health with tequila. And the importance of getting out pesticides, toxins, fungicides, things like that from your diet is very important. So talk to me a little bit about the organic component and how you decided to go organic with your brand.
Yeah, well, from the very beginning on the mixers, we were organic. We knew we wanted to be organic just because of the purity and the things that you've alluded to. Yeah, so organic's really been in our DNA, and it's actually one of the exciting things about now tequila transitioning to organic and building our own facility and our own distillery in Amatitan. We're able to now be organic. So it really starts, everything starts with tequila, and even with our mix, it starts with the agave. The more we learn about the agave plant, the more fascinating we are.
The benefits of the agave plant. And so in my research on agave, it's one of the oldest plants around, 10 million years old at least, and it's showing to have health benefits. Things like blood sugar regulation, making you feel fuller, helping with weight loss, and also the fact that, and from a naturopathic point of view, it's an ancient plant with healing properties on its own that we're still discovering. We're still finding all of this. So for me, I'm in love with tequila because of the ancient component and the agave aspect. But talk to me a little bit about this, because I know you are also a believer that tequila is one of the healthiest alcohol choices.
I really do. Once I discovered a good quality 100% agave tequila, I rarely drink other distilled spirits because there's biggest sugars in the agave plant and the agaves. The human body seems to metabolize them really well.
Yes.
There's a low glycemic index. We realized this very early in my drinking days of drinking good quality 100% agave tequila. I've really become a purist. The purity of organic is also just so compelling to us. There's no need to add things or to put unhealthy pesticides in plants. People have been growing agave, or agave has been wildly for the longest period of time.
Drinking tequila versus drinking other alcohols, maybe beer, wine, etc. I notice it affects my body differently. I notice I feel better the next day. I notice I don't gain weight. I notice I actually might even lose weight. There's a lot of things about tequila that really got my attention about 4 or 5 years ago that I said I need to look into and study tequila. Do you see a difference?
I absolutely see a difference, and people have been drinking tequila in Mexico as a digestivo for many, many years. I'm not sure, and generations. I'm not sure they really understood why, but there's something about the agave plant that's sugars. The human body really loves the agave plant, and it processes the sugars very cleanly.
Different.
Yeah, it's very, very different.
All right, I'm gonna leave you with this. I brought you a little Tequila Girl gift. I know you play tennis.
How did you hear about that?
I heard it through a little birdie.
I'm all about tennis, tequila, and tacos.
Tennis, tequila, and tacos.
Exactly.
I loved it.
Oh, this is so awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's great.
I think that'll look just nice. That'll look so nice with the,
this
your
is going to
tennis shorts.
intimidate all of my opponents.
All right, cheers, Tequila Tribe. Make it a great day.
Tequila Tribe.
Okay guys, now we're going to talk a little bit more about Tresagaves. If you haven't tried it, you need to go get a bottle and give it a try. So Barry, as we sip our tequila, this is how we do tequila talks, Iliana.
That sounds fine by me.
It's a way better interview process.
The more the merrier.
So Barry, tell me how Tresagaves got started. Tell me your venture and that story. We want to hear.
Awesome. Oh, well, thank you for the opportunity to tell you that story. I am so blessed. I've now been in the tequila business for a little over 20 years.
Really?
And I lucked into it. I was an accountant and a CPA, and I became a partner in a small accounting firm in San Francisco. We had become kind of the rock and roll accountants of the San Francisco Bay Area. So our clients included Green Day, Primus, Rancid, Third Eye Blind, and some others. And along came a certain rock star, maybe you know of Sammy Hagar.
Sammy.
Yeah, so Sammy became my client, and he was my client when he started Cabo Wabo Tequila. He actually ultimately recruited me, and I was the president of Cabo Wabo from 2001 to 2006. Forever grateful for Sammy for actually getting me into the tequila business, because as you can already hear, I'm just so passionate about it. Well, after my stint with Cabo Wabo, we actually started this brand. A bunch of people, we were originally a Mexican restaurant and tequila bar in San Francisco. So we were very proud of our tequila program at Tresagaves, the restaurant. We systematically were bringing our staff to Mexico every quarter to visit distilleries. It was really important to us that our staff were the most educated. So someone from our bar team had been to visit every single distillery of every tequila that we carried. And actually, that led to us launching our line of mixer products and organic mixer products. So we really took the Margarita. We felt the Margarita was a great cocktail, and all of the Margarita recipes and solutions out there were way too heavily sugared. So our recipe was really just agave, lime, and tequila. We hope that when you have one of our Margaritas, you can taste the tequila coming through. Not only that, it's just lower calorie and healthier.
Sure.
So, in fact, we have we developed this line of organic mixers, and until we were the first, until recently the only organic margarita mix on the planet.
Really, on the planet?
On the planet, yes. So we produced this margarita mix and our cocktail-ready agave nectar. So really the only agave nectar designed to be put in cold beverages. We eventually went to a strawberry mix, which actually tastes like fresh strawberries. So all of our mixes are organic, and the only sweetener we ever put in it is agave. In fact, more specifically, Blue Weber agave. It's the only sweetener we put in there.
That's the best one available, right?
Exactly.
That's the one you need.
Exactly.
Great.
I realized that my passion was really for products, And so in 2009, I broke away from the restaurant and started this brand at my dining room table in Berkeley,
What?
California.
Really?
So yeah, this bottle was designed right at my dining room table. We started the brand. It was really friends and family who made this possible. And if you're watching, thank you. I'm just so grateful that I had many friends and family members who had enough confidence that they invested enough money that we could get the brand off the ground.
Now I want to hear about how your beautiful master distiller came to be a part of your team. Well, tell me that story.
Let's let Iliana tell that story.
Well, actually, Barry met my father since Cabo Wabo, and that was, I don't know, 20 years ago. I remember being on the bottling line back then, but I'm pretty sure Barry doesn't remember me. I was little and out of everyone's sight. So recently that my father and Barry have in touch again, because my father sold the land where the new distillery is. So that's when I met Barry, and we have like this great connection because he loves tequila and he loves Mexican culture. He embraced all the culture, so I was pretty excited to be part of this great brand going on, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be representing a great local development. And
Yes.
so I said like, okay, if this is going to be part of the economic growth of my community, I want to be part of it.
Yeah.
So I kind of suggest Barry that I can maybe be helpful in any case, and he agreed. So I joined to the team of Tresagaves.
So blessed having known Iliana's dad for 20 years, and then we reconnected in 2016, and we were ready to have our own place. We really wanted to control the product quality all the way from plant to bottle. We wanted to go organic on our tequilas. We're transitioning now, and Iliana's father was so gracious and offered to sell the most beautiful piece of land I could have imagined. It's in Amatitan. We have sunset views behind the tequila volcano.
coming to visit.
You better.
Okay,
We
we're
love to
scheduling
have
this
Fiesta.
trip.
Yeah. But I struggled, you know, honestly, life puts different pathways in front of you, and I feel so fortunate to be part of this industry and have these wonderful families that I'm connected with in NACO. And but you know, when it made sense to do this project, but I struggled, you know, for a year and a half as we were constructing the distillery. Who was going to run it? You know, how was I going to have a connection to the local community? How was I going to really build it in such a way that was respectful to the time-honored traditions and these great families?
I love that you're talking
and
about
everything.
the culture and the tradition.
Oh, it's
That's the beauty of tequila, truly.
It truly
the
is,
history
yeah.
that goes back so very long ago.
Yeah. Well, and as a denomination of origin spirit, there's such a sense of place around tequila, and until you're there and you meet some of these families and you smell a roasting agave, you can't really completely appreciate it. So I didn't know how I was going to really put the heart and soul in the distillery until having these conversations with Iliana. Unfortunately, her father blessed it. She had to get permission from him, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. And so thankfully, she said yes and he said yes. And so now I sleep better at night. And it's just so happy to have Iliana
Cheers.
as our master distiller.
Cheers to that. And cheers to your amazing tequila, your healthy organic drink mixes, and you know, truly your passion for tequila. I feel it. It's a great, beautiful energy. That what you're doing with your brand, all about giving the best quality, really, and the experience of the agave plant. I see that your passion is heartfelt like mine, so you are kindred spirits. So I have appreciated our time so much together. Thank you for giving us insight into Tresagaves. So thank you, Tequila Tribe.
Thank you.
We will talk again very soon. Cheers.
Cheers to the Tequila Tribe.